Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV, and it's our second match we're covering on this channel, or these channels today. It's a one-loss side match in the VP4 2023 Virtual World Straight Pool Championship race to 150 between Cobra, who represents the UK, and Mooncake, who just arrived about 2 minutes ago, who doesn't have a flag. Well, what a match we had earlier on the round 3 side, the winner's side between Semi-Pro and Acero. Well, Acero had it won, and then did everything he could at the last kick to lose it. He gave Semi-Pro a chance. Admittedly, Semi-Pro had his work cut out. Came to one of the vital break balls that Semi-Pro needed to continue the run to try and pinch the match, with Acero stuck in 199, and Semi-Pro missed the break ball, and it was one break ball too many, so Acero has gone through. We need a quick update on the schedule. We've got this match to come at the top of the hour. We've got Christian against Woody, which is going in an hour's time at 8 PM. We have Larry against Spectre Dawn at 8:30. And that, of course, is a one-loss side match as well. One Pocket Slim is hopefully going to cover that one. And I believe that he may well be covering the Fast Eddie Chiku match as well, which is well into the night my time. So I'll watch. In fact, I'll have to watch the remainder of those two matches tomorrow when I get home from work. I'll see the start of the Larry Spectre Dawn match, but I won't be here for the end of it. But what I will be doing is, I will be getting full coverage of the Cobra Mooncake match. Look at the bracket. What time is it? We're almost there. Top to bottom, we've got MC Clarkey through to round 4. Having taken out Bill by 200-152, who now plays Acero in that round 4 match. And Acero having beaten Semi-Pro 200-169. Fast Eddie and Chico, of course, go through the night my time later on. And Chimpy, and he's lying in wait for the winner of that match in round 4. At the one-loss side, we've got those matches to take place. Of course, the one that we're covering tonight, and we have Stubb waiting on the winner of the Larry Spectre Dawn match. And further above there, we have Semi-Pro, of course, now moved through to that one-loss side. We have Spud Boy, who got advanced earlier on this afternoon. Eloquenti didn't show. Spud Boy is through, and Woody and Christian are going to battle out to see who plays Spud Boy. And that about covers it. And the room should be up, and we should be almost underway probably. Let's get ourselves in. In fact, Cobra is in the room. Welcome to Slim, welcome to Hazard. And of course we'll have the lag for the break. And Cobra practicing his Semi-Pro wiggle. Mooncake did arrive in the lobby, so he is here. We should be good to go. I'm now back monitoring my kick channel. We've got myself and somebody else there. I'm just going to do a quick refresh because it doesn't seem to update the viewer count that well. Yeah, we've actually got 3 on there. Right, so Mooncake has arrived. He's on the right hand side, or nearest us now. Cobra on the far side. Cobra has won the lag, so Mooncake will be breaking. And good afternoon and welcome back to Bill. So let's see what Mooncake comes up with a break shot. He's going for the conventional break, trying to come down to the corner, but the odds on you coming up without leaving a shot are not that great. And cobra's in straight away. Now he could pot that 13. I don't know whether he can get out and go behind the one and try and leave himself on that 4 ball, because that would do some damage. Well, he's gone maybe further through than maybe intended, I'm not sure, but he's on the 2. And he's got to be careful here. He could just drop through for the 5, but he's got to be careful. Well, he's came off them. And he's got balls in play. He's probably going to have to cut that 1. I don't think he's got anything else. I mean, he has got the 9. And he's going to be hampered on this 1 ball. So a little test straight away here. So then, of course, I mean, at the moment he does have a likely break ball, but he's also got to then look at how he's going to deal with these 2 balls in the side rail. Now, if he was on the 8 ball, he could do that. He could bump across. But things are bound to change. Well, there's the potential break ball gone. And the 8 ball and 15 ball would work. Now there's immediate attention needed here. I mean, he could cut that 14 ball in. You know, you cut it in thin and you just put a bit of English on the cue ball and come down the rail. The only slight hazard with that is that the cue ball could catch the middle pocket jaw and you could miss the hit on the 3 and the 7. But if you leave that too late, I mean, he could actually do it now, believe it or not. It sounds a bit crazy, but he could cut the 14 now and at least have a go at it and still give himself time to have another go at it, because if he doesn't do it sooner, he's running out of balls to get there unless he's going to leave a bank. But the 14 ball right now is the candidate that would allow him to come up table and get a hit on that 3 and 7. And the way he's working around here, if he's trying to work out how to do it from that end, by the time he comes up with something, he might not have enough balls to deal with it. The 4 ball would have been perfect, I think, but the other balls are in the way. See, that 14 ball is sitting fine. Let's get my little doodle working here. You know, if you're here, you catch it thin, you check the cue ball and get it coming back up that way. Well, you know, he's potted a 14. Well, we'll see if he's done the right thing. I think I would have went at that cutting the 14 onto that 3 and 7 a lot sooner, because then it gives you enough time to maybe come up with a second option. Now he's only got one option when he gets it, if he gets it, and that's no guarantee. Well, he could he could put loads of left English on this 15 ball, go forward and try and get it that way. He's bound to be on the 4 ball or the 8 ball. He's got to juice this up with a fair bit of top and get the check working. Well, that'll work, and he's got the 8 ball, but the 8 ball would be the best bet for a break shot. The 4 ball's right at the back of the pack, and he can see the 4 ball. I think he's got to take the 4 and leave that 8 there. Looks like that's the way to go. So as it happens in every rack, we're coming to that critical point. It's always critical. One Pocket Slim is predicting a mild upset. Oh, this will be a big upset if Cobra goes. Well, he's finished. Well, he can cheat the pocket, which he had to do there. So now it's a fairly straightforward little stun out. Doesn't want to go too straight. And doesn't want to stick in the pack either, so he's got to get out of there. Watch the cue ball. Oh, he's dicing with death. And he survives just. But, well, he does have a shot. I thought he was behind the point there. He's okay. 2 ball isolated up in the middle of the table. He won't worry about that. But what he will worry about is that he's got 3 sets of clusters here that need taken care of. Now he can go through and get on that 1 ball. I think if he can maybe get through the gap and miss the 1, I think that's what he was trying there, but he's caught the 1. And he might go for the big heave-ho draw off this 3 ball. Just try and do some sort of movement. He's running loose. Didn't really do a great deal of damage there. So he's already got a struggle on. I'm looking for his other options. And there isn't an awful lot of options round about there. You've got this 13 ball blocking the 11. I mind you, I never looked at the pack there to see if there was anything in it, but there was nothing that, well, I don't think that 15 ball is catching enough of the 9 ball for it to go in. I think it's catching it thin to push it to the rail as a combo. Now, again, I'm not sure whether he tried to get through onto the 7 there. If he has, he's left it short. 7 ball would have worked. He's going to try it off the 1, just to again get a nudge. And, well, it's improved. It's improved, but there's one issue still remaining. But he does have adjacent balls where he can just get a little nudge. Just needs to brush one of those balls and that'll open it up. But he certainly doesn't want to brush them too hard because he could push the 9 onto the 13. And that'll do. So now we have to look for what might be the nominated break ball. Well, the obvious one would be that. The 4 ball, the 9 ball would work as well at the corner of the pack. and that'll push the 11 ball as well. So right now, as the table lies, provided he can get rid of that, see the 13 is the annoying ball, and he might try and get into the gap and get rid of that when he pots the 15. Yeah, that's the right thing to do. Get rid of that 13, and then you can focus on the job in hand. Because whenever you've got an annoying ball that's sitting there, it just niggles at you and annoys you until you eventually get there to deal with it. You're always desperate to get to it. Yes, I am better. The voice, the throat's a bit ropey. I'm trying to keep my vocal cords moist, because when they start drying out, then I start the cough. But I'm a lot better than what I was a week ago, I'll tell you that. So Cobra, as he sits here with these 4 balls remaining, we've got the commitment on what ball he's going to deal with. He's looking at the pattern he's going to take to get to that 9, if it definitely is going to be the 9 now. And this is all from winning the lag, putting Mooncake into break. Went for a conventional break, but left an opening pot for Cobra, and this is the result so far. So he's going to be running away with this angle in the 2, and that is, again, it's in this scary position that's caused so much trouble, which caused trouble for Cobra in his last match, and was part of the way of why he ended up in the 1-loss side. So immediately under pressure to deliver here. And again he's been caught out. I mean, we've seen that far too many times in this tournament. And not just by Cobra. It's catching out a lot of players. And my method my method that I've suggested, I think, is far more reliable. Trying to get parallel on the break ball when you're breaking left or right side of the pack. Try and get parallel on it, so that you're actually looking at the ball and your eyes on the pocket as well. And Cobra's run was 28, but this is what's stifling the potential high runs that the players are getting inside nearer the rail, which Steve's quite happy about. But I think for most of the guys who have not, the first reason is they're not playing straight pull, and secondly they're not playing a lot of those type of shots because they're coming from 9-ball, most of them. And, they're not in that position in a regular basis where you're having to play a cut shot like that. But I think you add into the factor that in your head that it's the important shot of the rack, and it starts playing in your mind, especially if you've missed a few of them in your last match that cost you. And Cobra's fell at the first hurdle in this one. But now it's up to Mooncake to show us what he's made of, to see if he can get there. But I think, you had players who refused to sign up to the straight pull tournament in the past because it was the normal pockets. They wanted them the narrow pockets. But now I think most players are getting an understanding watching these matches that it's not about the width of the pockets. It's got nothing to do with the width of the pockets and how easy the pockets are. It's absolutely nothing to do with it. It's the technique and the pattern play that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter how big the pockets are. You know, most of these guys can pop balls on the narrower pockets anyway. The challenge, I mean, the simple fact that they're the normal pockets is to encourage scoring. But as we've seen, the scoring goes out the window when you can't do the fundamental part of it, and that's the most important part, is get the break shot to keep these racks going. And I think a lot more players have a lot more respect for the game of straight pool, realising that, you know, it looks simple. Put a load of balls on the table, and then you pot whatever ball you want, and you keep going and potting balls as long as you can. It sounds simple if you wrote it down like that, but when it comes to actually achieving that, it's a far bigger task than you imagine. So, bit of inside English right side on this. He's caught the top of the pack. He's got a shot. So, not the conventional sort of break type shot there, but he's got it done. Oh, now this could go awkward. And it's gone awkward as far as everything's covering everything on that side. And he's got a testy little angle in this 8 ball as well. And that's all he's got. He's got absolutely nothing else. No point in looking around. And he's got to get the cut in this to miss that near jaw, because that's where the 8 ball's going to at the moment. You've got to get a bit more cut in this than you think, because if you don't, you're just heading straight to there. Well, he caught it, but it's gone in. But then again, what else has he got? He's got nothing. Now, what's he called? The 10 ball. Trying to think, he thinks he can cut that in. Yeah, it was always tight. And the run ends in 17. And of course, every time you come to the table, if you're behind, your objective is to get rid of that deficit. Mooncake's not done that. And Cobra's got to start again. And he can cut this 15 in and let the cue ball come across and run into those. Well, he's not. And the fact that he's brushed a ball there, is he might have made that slightly worse than what it was. Okay, he's still got the 7 ball there, which if he can get on it at the right angle. Well, again, I'm not sure what he played for. He might have played for the 7, but he's just let it run a wee bit more. You can still pot it. Doesn't need to blast this. He just wants to nudge them and leave one of them on. Well, that's giving him the 5 ball. I don't know that he can get the 5 ball thin enough where he's catching the 10. You know, just catching an edge of the 10 to maybe open these a wee bit. Because I don't think you can get to that 9 ball clean to... It looks tightish to get to the potting angle in that 9. I don't know whether he'll catch the 10. No, he wasn't going to catch it. Well, if he took the 1, I don't know that he would catch the 10 either doing that. He might. But I don't think he can hit this with a lot of power. Well, he wasn't playing that. Well, he maybe thinks he could pot this. Let's have a look. Well, I'm having my doubts that he can get enough of that 9-ball. Well, it's tightish. That could catch the well, no, he got it clean. Oh, now again he's had a nudge. He's given himself more trouble. He's dealt with one problem, he's created another one. And of course now this is all that's remaining, so he's really stuck now. You've got 2 sets of balls, and well, in theory, one of them goes, but how are you going to get there? Well, he can get there, although I think he'd have to go up table with the 3-ball rather than into the side. Well, he's got the hit, perfect off the 10. Now, has he got a break ball? And the answer to that is yes, he has. That's finished very nice. So now he's committed, or at least I would think he should be. And I would think it may well be the 14 to get good on the break ball. Needs to get off the rail. I think he's slightly the wrong angle on the 14. He would have liked to have maybe just killed this stone dead, but the angles, he's going it away from it. Well, he's managed to hold it. Well, Cobra's 0 for 1 as far as break shots go. So here we go for round 2. And this time he's got it. He's nailed it. And how is he for a follow-up? If I can get my buttons to work. Well, he's going to have to bail out up table. He's going to have to bail out in the 10-ball. There's nothing doing there. And what's more, when he bails out in the 10-ball, he's going to have to leave this long 14 because he's got nothing else. Unless there's a combo somewhere, which I don't see. Not really. There's nothing set there. Now I think that he's really got his, that might not have finished great. This is a problem. Now he could pot the 15 and nudge that 4 and 5 and probably still be on the 1. Now he's taking the 1. Well, this angle he's got in the 3, yes, he can move stuff, but he really wants to move something that's going to bump, and that's bumped. That's bumped and dealt with the problem, and now it's about picking his way through the remainder. Now, how's he standing for a break shot? Well, the 13 is tightish to the pack, but it'll work. The 5 ball will work. So he's pretty much good to go. And already building up a healthy little lead here at the moment. Oh, he's fell short in the 4 ball. I mean, he can clearly cut the 9, that's not a problem. I think he's got to try and... Is he going to try and bump the 13? Yes, he is. Well, again, he's gone funny. Can he get the 2? I think he can just get the 2. He can just get to the 2. He might be able to pot the 4 if he had to, but I think he's fine on the 2. So the 5 ball, where it's sitting, will do. So we're getting to this important point in every rack again. It's like, you know, rinse and repeat. You know, same thing every time. Get to that very good spot on the penultimate ball to make it easy to get on the break shot. He's held it in the pack. Ball in hand in the kitchen. And you see how he's now looking to set it more or less parallel just to make the angle more comfortable to read, because these cut shots from inside near the rail are catching everybody out. Now, if he wants to, he should take the opportunity right now to nail that 6 ball and do some damage. He could even take the 2 ball. 2 ball will work as well. He can get to it. He certainly wants to do, and he's rolled through. Can't say that it's a great improvement though. Well, I mean, he obviously... Now, the question is, Spud Boy, did he propose today, or was it you that proposed that to him, and he accepted it? Because if he sent the proposal, then goodness knows why. He may well... I mean, it's obviously Sunday. He could be out and enjoying himself on Sunday afternoon. Totally forgot all about it. Good evening, good afternoon to Rob. So again, just for the benefit of any latecomers, we'll have a quick look at this schedule just as a reminder for later on. We have the match that I'm covering at the moment. There's also a match on the one lost side at the top of the hour. So that is half an hour away between Christian and Woody. We've got the match that well, one of two matches that presumably One Pocket Slim's going to be covering. Larry against Spectre Dawn is at 8:30 British Summer Time, so that's another hour from now, and that will be on One Pocket Slim's Twitch channel. He'll be covering that, and then much later, evening time, East Coast. It's Fast Eddie against Chiku on Monday at 2 AM my time. That's obviously evening time if you're East Coast in the States. So hopefully Slim's going to get that one as well. And then there's another match tomorrow between VP Monster and Viking, and that's where we stand. Well, I think he may well have forgot about it. If he accepted it a week ago, it may well have went out of his head and he's totally forgotten all about it. Meanwhile, Cobra moves on to 34 in this visit, and he's on 62. Mooncake stuck there on 17. That was Mooncake's contribution on his first scoring opportunity. And of course now, with it being in the one-loss side, it's a race to 150, so every ball that goes on to this total for Cobra ramps up the pressure on Mooncake for his next visit if he gets one. Now, how does that one ball look where it's sitting? Well, the one ball's in the pack, and that 14 ball isn't sitting all that great. It's right at the back of the pack, but it might have to do. Well, this more comfortable start for Cobra will certainly ease the pressure on him a bit. This is ideally what he wanted, just to get a score and build up a lead. But these could have all been Mooncakes. How many times are we going to say that? You know, you're sitting there and you're thinking all of these balls could have been mine. Now that one ball is not in the pack. So now, with the angle he's got in the 9, he can either come straight up the table or go inside to the long rail and up. Needs to get past the side pocket. Needs to get to the donut. We'll give him 8 out of 10 for that. In actual fact, I think the donut was a bit too far up the table. I think he'd have preferred to have been sort of there. He can't blast this. I don't think he can blast this. He's got to make sure he catches it. And watch the cue ball. Oh, walking the tightrope again. Now, where do you want to be here? Do you want to get on this 15? I think the 3 ball's too tight. I don't think you can get into it enough. That looks too tight. But he can certainly get himself square on this 15 ball by just rolling through. He needs to get away from the 11 though. No, he's gone another way. He sees it different. Well, if he was playing for the 10 ball, he's gone a bit too far for it. Now he could still dink the 11 in, and come out and get himself decent on that 15 ball. He could just drop this in dead weight and get off the rail and slam that in and do the damage. How much is he going to catch? Watch the cue ball. He might be stuck. Well, he's got a shot. Well, I'll tell you something. It's not very inviting, is it? He's going to have to cut that 11 ball up table. This is all of a sudden got ugly. I don't know that he can get to the 7 to cut that anyway. I mean, well, he could in theory cut that into the right side pocket. But the 11 ball has got the best odds of going in, going up table. And that's going to hold. It's going to hold. Well, the 5 ball goes into the far side of the pocket. Now, what's he called here? Called the combo. Well, there's nothing you can do about it, Spud Boy. That's the way it goes. You just take it as it is. You've always been there to play your match. So the run goes to 45. Right now. So Cobra is halfway home. Well, potentially. And this is probably jumping the gun way too soon. But there's still, of course, the possibility that we could have the new high run for the tournament here. Maybe it is a bit too soon, but there is that possibility. But it could well be that by the end of this visit from Cobra, he may well have taken this match right away out of Mooncake's hands. Whatever happens, as and when Mooncake, if he does get back to the table, he's going to have a tall order. Well, this isn't great. He's tight to the rail. Managed to avoid a collision. He's all set. Well, he looks as if he's going to the kitchen again here. I think he's just trying to hold, he might be trying to hold this into the pack. Then again, he might not. Well, that's pretty good though. Run goes to 53 and counting. And he's come off the pack clean. Got balls to count and good to go. With the usual little problem or two to deal with. But plenty of adjacent balls to do that little bit of damage he needs. Well, Spud Boy, you're not going to be the favourite. It's more than likely going to be Woody you're going to play, but if you do things sensible, if you keep your head screwed on and keep it tight, take what you can get and run for cover. That's probably your best bet, and let Woody make mistakes. Let him take it for granted that he's going to win, and take on risks and leave you chances. And then if you just stick, if you put that 15, 20 points on the board and then duck and leave him nothing, you could end up frustrating him. You've got to start, try and mess with his head. Because there are ways. I mean, obviously, the main way you're going to win is by potting more balls than him. But if you don't think you can, then you have to try the other ploys. Get down and dirty. You could try the stub technique. Just hit the Control-Alt-Delete 2 or 3 times during the match. And then come back into the room and annoy him that way. Just the way the way Stub does it. He gets away with it. So the run is now 58. And the lead is a lot. What is it? 69 or something like that? Or is my counting gone wrong? Well, he may well have tried the little nudge there. Missed the nudge. And he's still got to get a nudge because nothing's doing with that 14 and 11 ball. And what's more, he's going to be getting rid of one of his break balls. But this is make or break for this rack. Now he could try and do it off the 8 ball. I mean, you've got to dig into this and get it firing back off that rail. He's trying it another way. Let's see whether he's good. That's no good. That's way too straight. That's better, although again, he would have preferred to have been up about there. He can still get the hit. So that's taking care of that. He's still got a break ball, and he's still good. Everything's sitting well enough to continue this visit. And the high run for the tournament is still on. Well, you would think that he was wanting to leave the the ball into the side pocket to be getting good on that 2-ball. That looks as if it's what he's doing, but he's managing to hold it. I thought he was going to end up leaving it long into the corner pocket, but he's sitting pretty good. Just about judging the pace and how far he comes out. And that will do. So here we go again. He's just got to watch how much he juices off this pack. It's more of the pace and the stun. You don't want too much draw on this. You just want to make sure the cue ball comes out, but it doesn't come fizzing out. And that'll do. Now, has he got a shot though? Yes, he does. Well, let's have a look at the back of the pack here. 8 balls obviously in the way. I think the 3-ball goes. Now, the 3-ball won't go, of course, with the 8-ball sitting there. Neither will the 6-ball. So that 8-ball is a hindrance. Now, he could dink up to play for the gap for the 8-ball, get the 8-ball, leave the 7 and drop through for the 6 or the 3. I'm not sure what he played there. I think he could have killed 2 birds with 1 stone if he'd got there. He'd have gave him the choice. And now he's left himself square in the 8-ball. This is he looks as if he's maybe playing the bank. Is he? Yep, he's going to play the bank. Now he's got the angle. And again, just a wee bit testy. He'll certainly do damage, no doubt about that. And because he's on the rail, he's only got the top of the cue ball, so he's going to be fizzing through here. And he's got a ball to continue, plus the fact that he's got a break ball in place. And he's just got to be tidy and get rid of these 2 balls here, the 12, is that the 13, 12 and 13. So again, he's looking good. That match starts in 10 minutes time, I think. And then it's Larry. Who the hell's Larry playing? I've totally forgotten. Who's Larry playing? Spectre Dawn. That's at past the hour. So everybody should move over to Slim's channel once he starts going live. Because there's a fair chance this will be all over long before it's due to start. The way Cobra's going. So he's 46 points away from surviving another round. He can now get rid of one of those balls. He's on 77. Well, it looks likely that this ball that's on the rail, well, down the rail, the 10 ball, is going to be the ball that will get him. Now he's got to have an angle one way or the other in this 10 ball. Imperative that he has the angle. And ideally he wants to be sort of where he is and pot that and then just get out for the 15. He wants to be sort of there or thereabouts. He doesn't want to come straight on this or go inside it, one of the two, and would you believe it, he's done his best to get as awkward as he can. I think he's, let's have a look, how far can he go up here? He's got to get to about there. Well, he's gone beyond that. Now it's testy because it's at distance. Far too much distance. The run goes to 81. Big shot. And he's got it. Got a bonus ball as well. Got balls to pot to continue. And got a problem to deal with. Now, I don't think it's a major problem though if we have a look. Let's just look at this setup here because, again, the 7 balls in the way. Now, he's got a cut back in the 12 where he could do a nudge if he's gaming up on that right now. Although he would be hampered over the 11 doing that slightly, I think. He might just be biding his time to get slightly better. Well, he can get rid of the 7 because that's the blocker for the 14. I'm surprised he's not getting rid of the 7 right now. And he can still get rid of it, or he's going to end up playing a combo. See, again, with those balls being here and that combo being there, he's got the opportunity to drop down this side for the 14 anyway. So he must get rid of the 7. I mean, right now you get the 7 and stun through the gap and come up table and tidy up this bit. You need to jack up a bit unless he's just going to bump the 8 and give himself an option of a break ball. He's done that. But he's obviously thinking about this setup here. Now the 6 ball doesn't go. I'm certain the 6 ball doesn't go. It's rubbing the near side of this 14 ball, and that would be deflecting. Well, he can play the combo right now and kill the cue ball for the 14, which I think's a part of the plan here. How is he with the cue ball? He's okay. And the 14 definitely goes. So, crisis is over. Problem's been dealt with. Now, it's the nitty gritty again. It always comes full circle. The run goes to 91. The total is 119. And it'd be safe to say, unless some miracle happens, this match is over. It's all about whether he can get the high run. Well, the break ball has gone. There is the other one, the 2 ball, which once again he wants to get himself sort of parallel on it. So he's got the 1 ball. It needs to go off the rail so he can get a hold of the cue ball. He's got the one ball where he can get sort of parallel. These are the scary ones. When the cue ball's in here, this is the one that's catching out far too many players with a blind pocket cut. It's much better when you're playing it looking at that line and you're seeing the pocket. Now this has got to be ramped up with the amp, I think. He's got to leather this. And he's okay. Now, once again, there is a ball that will do damage if it's sitting there where it is. But there's a problem with the 4 ball being there though. There's also the option off this 15 ball to get into them. And if the cue ball kept running, if it kept running and finished there, he may well have had a shot at it. In fact, he can do it right off the 14. He can do some damage right now. And that's now got him good. He's all set to go. What's the high run? 108 that Semi-Pro got earlier on today. Well, there's a very strong likelihood that'll go, because there's enough balls on the table to do that right now. Well, what a contrast for Cobra this has been from his last match. That's just the way the game is. You know, you just get out of line on one break ball, or you miss that cut in the break ball, and your run is abruptly ended. But he's done everything pretty well so far. And of course, poor Mooncake has had one scoring chance, got to 17, and that may well be his lot for tonight. And we've got not only that, but we've got a choice of break balls here for Cobra, so everything's sitting pretty here to pick his way through. He could even leave the 11 into the side if he wanted to come out for a break shot. I mean, he's got choices, which is what you want to keep as long as you can. If you're giving yourself choices and something crops up, you can always fall back in an alternative option. But everything's good. Run goes to 105, and these remaining balls will secure the high run for the event, for the time being, that is. Now he's got to decide whether he's holding the cue ball there or whether he's running out. I think he may well be holding the cue ball. No, he's letting it spin. It needs to spin far enough. He would have liked that straighter. This is a problem. He's tied the high run. He's got to watch the cue ball. And that's perfect. That was very well played, well controlled. He's at a reasonable distance, and he's a perfect angle here to keep going. And he's now got the high run. Excuse me. Well, the cue ball spinning way deep now. Where's it going to stick? He's okay. And now it's the run to the finish line. 12 more balls needed. And this would send a message out to the rest of the field that Cobra's back. The rumours of Cobra's demise have gone out the window. So, oh, this is going to stick. Is he going to stick? He's scratched. Oh dear, unbelievable how these scratches happen. The run ends in 110. Well, this will be the biggest shock of the tournament. Mooncake, miles behind, ball in hand in the kitchen, hoping for a miracle. And boom. Well, that, you know it's not your night when you do daft stuff like that. Straight into the other corner pocket. And Cobra's trying hard not to laugh. I know he is. I know he's trying to keep a straight face. Poor Mooncake. That was almost a stub shot there. Anyway, Cobra trying to inflict the coup de grace, the final nail in the coffin. The fat lady singing. You can use all the scenarios and cliches that you want to use. 10 away. He's going to have to bail out in that 7 ball, I think. I don't think he's got anything else. Yep. Yeah, he's going to have to bail out. And not only that, he's going to have to get this cue ball into something as well, because there's nothing else on. The way he's sitting. Well, he would have probably preferred the 9 ball stayed there, but he's okay, he's got the 1. So, 7 balls away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got all the balls there he needs. Could do with a little nudge. Although that wouldn't be the one I'd have been trying to nudge. Mind you, he doesn't need to nudge them. The 14 goes into the side, so does a 5. Blocked by the 13 here, of course, but both of them go into the side pocket. So, we're 25 minutes away from the next live stream of the evening. That's going to be on One Pocket Slim's Twitch channel, because this match will be done. Although Cobra's doing his best to get himself in trouble. Well, these both go. What is he calling a combo? He's got it. But, and I say but, he's just on the 8 ball. 146. Well, now it's all over. And poor Mooncake, of course, having came to the table and scratched, he's actually His second visit he lost a point, so instead of having the 17 that he made on his one visit, he's now down to 16. So it can't get much worse than that. So this, for the match, we'll have a quick look at the bracket and just see how things stand. So very well done to Cobra. Strong performance and a high run of the tournament goes against his name. We'll double check that. Quick look at this bracket though first. Let's just do a... That's not the one I want. That's the one I want. Where are we? Well, let's go from the top to the bottom. We've got Spud Boy, who got advanced because Eloquenti didn't show. You'll get that match with Woody and Christian underway. Christian with a slight lead, and the winner of that match will play Spud Boy. We've got Larry Inspector Don coming up in 25 minutes time on One Pocket Slim's Twitch channel. So everybody get yourselves over there. Not sure whether Steve's going to join it. I think it was. I'm not sure whether he'll be there for that, but I think he'll be there for the Fast Eddie match late on tonight, my time, with Slim. And of course, the winner will play Stub in the next round. And Bill's already advanced. He's waiting on the winner of that match. So Bill's got to wait for his next match. He can get some practice in. Cobra, of course, having just come through. He's waiting on the winner of Mark Shark and Wanwa. So Wanwa or Fan didn't show up for his match, and no doubt he might show up for this one, because this is one where he'll think he has a chance to beat Mark Shark. Problem is he's come up against Cobra next if he does win. So I'm hedging my bets that he might show for that one because he thinks he's got a chance, and then he probably won't show for that if he does win it. But anyway, Cobra's lying in wait. And then there's VP Monster and Viking. I think they go tomorrow. And further down, you've got River City and Bankster. We don't know what's happening with that one. On the winner's side, everything's shaping up very nicely for some good matches. On round 4, we've got MC Clarkey against Acero. Acero having taken out Semi-Pro earlier this afternoon. And further down, we have Fast Eddie to go against Chiku. That's the one that's at 2 AM my time tomorrow morning. And then, of course, that'll be the match they'll have against Acero. The winner of that one. We've got Chimpy. No, tell a lie. What am I talking about? I'm blubbing here. I'm blubbing. Acero plays MC Clarkey. The winner of this match plays Chimpy in round 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is it. Back to the schedule. There's confirmation of the schedule. We'll also have a quick look at the stats and get confirmation of the new high run, which isn't that one. It's that one there. And the high run is now held by Cobra by the 2 balls, 110 to 108. So we've now had 2 3-figure runs. We've got MC Clarkey on 88, Tommy on 83, but of course Tommy's now gone. We've got Acero there on 71, LS3 with 70, but she's still on the one-loss side, or is she gone? I can't remember. And Bill's there on 60, and Fast Eddie 68, and so on and so forth. So that is it, guys. Thanks for joining us. Make sure that you get yourself over to... welcome to Mooncake. Unlucky. Cobra was on form tonight. Get yourself over to One Pocket Slim's channel. He'll be warming up soon enough for that match that's to come at the bottom of the hour. And until then, or until we meet again, I am going to bid you good night, guys. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.